Hello everybody. In the previous videos we studied about finding the mean of group data. We also studied about finding the mode of the group data. Now we will see in this lesson how to find the median of the group data. So welcome to the lesson. As you have studied in your lower grades, the median is a measure of central tendency which gives the value of the middlemost observation in the data. If you recall that for finding the median of ungrouped data, we first arrange the data values of the observations in ascending order. Then, if n is odd, the median is the n over 1 over 2, n plus 1 over 2 observation. And if n is even, then the median will be the average of n over 2th term and the n over 2 plus 1th observations. Suppose we have to find the median of some data which gives the marks out of 50 obtained by 100 students in a test. Let us see how we go about doing that. So this is the table of the marks obtained by the students and the number of students who obtained the respective marks. First, we will arrange the marks in ascending order and prepare a frequency table as we go about. We will see how things go about. So we have arranged the marks in ascending order and we have arranged the number of students, their frequency. If you observe over here, the marks obtained, 20 marks are obtained by 6 students, 25 marks are obtained by 20 students, and so on. So the total number of students over here is 100. So that means our n is equal to 100, which is an even number. So the median now, since n is even, will be the average of n over 2th term, and it will be the average of n over 2 plus 1th term. So our median is going to be the average of these two terms. And n over 2 term, the half of 100, middle value, middle observation, this is going to be 50th observation, and n over 2 plus 1, this is going to be our 51st observation. So we need to find out what are the values that fall within these observations, and then we have to take the average of that. In order to do that, let us proceed as follows. Now let's look at the table over here. From here we go on to this table. Marks obtained. How many students obtained 20 marks? It is 6 students. How many students obtained marks up to 25? 20 students obtained marks 25 and 6 students obtained marks 20. So how many students obtained up to 25 marks? Definitely 20 plus 6, 26. Similarly, how many students obtained marks 28 up to 28? It's going to be 6 plus 20, which we have already done that, plus 24 students. How many students obtain marks up to 29? It will be marks obtained up to 28 plus the marks obtained 29 by 28 students. So we add 28. Up to 33, it will be 78 plus 15. Up to 38, it's going to be 93 plus 4. Up to 42, it's going to be 97 plus 2. Up to 43, it's going to be 99 plus 1. So the total number of students will still definitely remains the same. So from this table, we moved on to this table. Now we add another column depicting this information to the frequency table above and name it as cumulative frequency column. So let's do that. So we added the column over here, the cumulative frequency. The marks obtained were these, the number of students who got these marks were these. And we found out from the previous table the cumulative frequency. Remember that, up to 25, up to 28. So when we sum them up, these are the numbers that we got. So now we can easily find out from this table, what is our 50th observation? 28. What is our 51st observation? It will be 29. Now we can easily take the average of that. Our 50th observation was 28. And our 51st observation was 29. So the average of that, the median, is going to be 28 plus 29 divided by 2. And that's going to be 28.5. So what we did was we added this cumulative frequency. So this part, which consists of column 1 and column 3, is known as the cumulative frequency table. The median marks 28.5 conveys the information that about 50% students obtain marks less than 28.5 and another 50% students obtain marks more than 28.5. This was for ungrouped frequency. Let us see how to obtain the median of grouped data. Consider a grouped frequency distribution of marks obtained out of 100 by 53 students in a certain examination as follows. 0 to 10 marks were obtained by 5 students, 10 to 20 marks were obtained by 3 students, 20 to 30 marks were obtained by 4 students, and so on. So the total number of students were 53. Now from the table here, try to answer the following questions. How many students have scored marks less than 10? The answer is 5. Similarly, how many students have scored less than 20 marks? Observe that the number of students who have scored less than 20 include the number of students who have scored marks from 0 to 10 as well as the number of students who have scored marks from 10 to 20. So the total number of students with marks less than 20 is 5 plus 3, and that's going to be 8. We say that the cumulative frequency of the class 10 to 20 is 8. So we can just make a note here. Students who have scored less than 20 marks will be 5 plus 3, and that is 8. So the cumulative frequency of the class 10 to 20 is 8. Similarly, how many students have scored marks less than 30? It will be all the students who have scored marks less than 20 plus these 4 students over here. So our cumulative frequency for the class 20 to 30 is going to be 8 plus 4, and that is 12, and so on and so forth. So we can compute the cumulative frequencies of the other classes, that is the number of students with marks less than 30, less than 40, on and on till less than 100. We give them in the table 14.13. We will get a new table now. Let us see how that looks like. So now our table with the cumulative frequencies for marks less than 10, less than 20 will be 8, less than 30 will be 8 plus 4, less than 40 will be 12 plus 3, 15, and so on up to less than 100. So now we have the new cumulative frequency column over here. So we can form a table of this for our classes. So let us see how that new table looks like. So we have arranged the table. This is the class interval which was originally given. These were the number of students, and we came up with a cumulative frequency of less than marks, and we got this. Now in a grouped data, we may not be able to find the middle observation by looking at the cumulative frequency, as the middle observation will be some value in a class interval. It is therefore necessary to find the value inside a class that divides the whole distribution into two halves. But which class should this be? To find this class, we find the cumulative frequency of all the classes which we have done and n over 2. So we will find the cumulative frequency of all the classes, and also we will find n over 2. We now locate the class whose cumulative frequency is greater than and nearest to n over 2. So what is our n over here? It is 53 students. So 53 over 2, and that is going to be 26.5. So now we have to locate the cumulative frequency, that is 26.5 or nearest to 26.5, and that's going to be this 29. So this, the class which is falling within this is 60 to 70. So this is the class which it is falling into. So this is called the median class. Okay? So therefore the median class is 60 to 70. Now we found the median class. We use the following formula to calculate the median. What is the formula to calculate the median now? The formula is median M is equal to L, which is the lower limit of median class, plus n over 2, which we already know, minus CF, the cumulative frequency of the class preceding the median class. The cumulative frequency of the class preceding the median class, which in this case will be 22. What is our L? The lower limit of the median class, which is 60, divided by F. And F is the frequency of the median class. What is the frequency of the median class? Frequency of the median class, F, that is 7. So we know F, that is 7, times H. And H is the class size, assuming that the class size is equal. So what is the class size? 60 to 70, it is 10. So we know all the variables now. We need to plug it into the formula and find the answer. Let's do that. L, the lower limit of the class, which is 60, plus n over 2, which is 26.5, minus CF, the cumulative frequency of the class preceding the median class, which is 22, divided by F, the frequency of the median class, which is 7, times H, the class interval, which is 10. Simplify this and we get 60 plus 45 over 7. And that is going to be 66.4. So about half the students have scored marks less than 66.4, and the other half have scored marks more than 66.4. This is how you find out the median of the grouped data. This completes the lesson on finding the median of the group data. Thanks for watching this video. Please do share and subscribe this channel, Wisdom Outline. Thank you very much.